Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and in today's tutorial I want to show you how to make these really fun and exciting crafts. It's a little different than a normal beading that I do, but this one here I thought would be great to incorporate beads on here, and these hang in your bathroom. So there's a little ribbon here to hang. It's a his and hers, just a little wall hanging, and I use just really cheap ingredients, super cheap stuff. Other than my crystals and the Rivolis I use, that's about as expensive as this project is. Now I used really cheap face cloths. This is all made with face cloths. With 4 face cloths you get a whole set out of 4. So this is the purple one that I incorporated my beads. So this is covered in Swarovski crystals, just the top part, and crystal Rivolis. And again, on this, it's the same as on her. It's a his and hers, of course. I did a really cute necklace with this and incorporated the crystals on here, so it has a great deal of sparkle. Now on the first set I did is the turquoise color. I didn't use any crystals. I just left this one pretty simple and plain, but it's absolutely adorable. And I used some pearl brads here for buttons, and I did the same on here, and just some really inexpensive ribbon, and again they have little tags on the back to hang them. So you can make a whole set like this for about, I don't know, say like $5 to $8 maybe, depending on how much you pay for your face cloths. Now, for this project, I went to Walmart yesterday because I needed to buy face cloths, and you get a whole stack of 8 face cloths. They were mixed with colors of pink and purples and blues and greens and all kinds of colors. The purple ones came with white, and I think there was a teal green in the pack. So you get 8 face cloths for $6 at Walmart. Now for this you're going to need some lace, and again I bought the lace from Walmart, and it comes in these little spools. I think it was like $3 for this, and it's 2 meters of lace for $3. And I got this kind and this kind, which I'll be using on my pink and white one I'm going to do in the video. And this kind of lace here came from Walmart as well, and I got 2 kinds of this lace. So I got a little wider one and a little thinner one. So these 2 laces came from Walmart. I think these were like $2.97 or $3.97 for the whole entire spool, and it's got like, I don't know, 9 feet of ribbon on here. And this is 3 yards. This one is 9 feet. So, and it's really pretty wide ribbon, so it's decorative for the front bodice of the jackets. Now I even got some stuff to make a black and white one, and this is a really pretty black sequins, but it's kind of stretchy, so it's kind of nice. You can really work with that. That was, I don't know, still from Walmart. Now you're going to need some tooling, and these are $3.97, and these are from Walmart as well, and they're 15 yards. There's a lot of tooling here. So I'm going to use the silver one because I really love how it sparkles on the dress itself. So it's just really adds a really pretty finishing touch to the dress. And I also trimmed the arms with the tooling, and on the guy I did the arms and the bottom of the legs here with the tooling as well. And this just sparkles like crazy with these crystals on here. It's just absolutely adorable. Now I did do the tooling with the turquoise set as well. So I bought silver colored tooling. These are $2 or $3.97. They weren't expensive. And I got some red and pink, but the silver, really, I love the silver. I'm probably going to go buy another one. This was again from Walmart. Everything you see here I'm using today was from Walmart. Now you're also going to need, now when you buy your face cloths, they come with these tied around these ribbons. So I'm using these left pieces of ribbon for the backs of my pieces. So when you put your hook, your little ribbon here, this kind of is nice and it's triple folded, and it will just reinforce it there so you will never pull this out. Okay, I just did that for decoration, and I used the same color ribbon to match the face cloths I bought. So with today's, with the pink, I don't have this in pink because it came wrapped with teal, I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to use this color. Don't really matter, it's the back anyways. So keep, when you take your face cloths apart at Walmart, they come in stacks of 8. Keep your ribbon, because this is really fantastic ribbon to use, even if you don't, use it all here. You won't, that's for sure. Now you're also going to need some, where is it? Where'd it go? Wide ribbon. And this stuff was from the Buck store. And it's satin ribbon as well. And this is about, I don't know, I'd say a good almost ½ inch of thickness. And this is what I used for the loop and to make the little tiny bows. I used the ribbon. So I just used this. Now you can use the thinner one, because on here, on this one here, I used thinner ribbon. But I kind of like the thicker ribbon better. So I'm just going to stick with the thicker one. I don't know what happened here. It's got glue on it. I'll fix it later. I absolutely love these turquoise ones. The colors they're just so pretty to hang in the bathroom or wherever. Kitchen. Okay, so I'm going to use the ½ inch ribbon for my loops on the back and to make my bows. I am going to use this smaller lace. Like, this is super cheap. It's $3 for this whole thing. And like I said, I bought everything at Walmart except for my beads. Now, you are going to need some beads, and I'm going to be using these Rivolis. You will need a needle and a thread. So I'm using just Nymo Thread waist. And these are the Vitril 12mm Rivolis that I'll be using for the buttons. Okay? And I'm going to be using some crystals on her dress. So I'll be using pink and Crystal AB. Now, you will need glue sticks, tons and tons of glue sticks, lots of glue sticks anyways, so be prepared to, I'm using clear glue sticks, and I'm just using a little mini glue gun. I don't have a big glue gun that works good. So let me just grab some more out, because you will need lots of glue sticks. And I bought my glue sticks at Walmart, and you get a big pack of, I don't know, 100 for $11. And you can use them in hot glue, like the high temp or the low temp. So they're multi-temp glue sticks that you can get at Walmart that I bought there too. Everything that you see I'm using, I'm telling you right now, I bought at Walmart. Alright, so first things first, let's get all this stuff out of the way here, because I won't be needing anything yet until we do some gluing. So let me zoom in here. Oh, and you're going to need 2 pairs of scissors, or 1. I've got my good Fisker scissors that I'll be using to cut the fabric with, but they're starting to get dull now because they're getting really old. And you're also going to need a teeny tiny pair just to get into little places where you need to do some snipping, because there'll be a little bit of fraying, and you don't want those little frayed edges sticking out. You just want to snip them off. So you're going to need 4 face cloths. Now these ones here, I absolutely love them because they're really thick. I'm giving you fair warning to not go and buy those dollar store face cloths that are super thin, that when you open them up you can stretch them and see through them. Make sure you use a little bit good quality, and the Walmart ones here, I'm telling you, are fantastic quality. So you will be using all 4, every piece of these face cloths you'll be using in your His and House outfit. So I'm also using a really cheap cutting board to do my gluing on. I'm not going to glue on my table. And all those little white things that you've seen on the edges here is I have it taped down because I don't want my cutting board moving on me while I'm working, okay? So you might want to tape it down and just use something underneath, because you will be probably spilling a wee bit of glue. I've got myself a wee tiny 8x8 little beading mat here that I'll be using for my beads to dump them on. And I do have a size 10 beading needle and some thread like I told you. So this is all the beads I'll be using in this project. It's going to look so pretty, so let me just get that out of the way. I probably don't need to come super close today, thank God for that, because then I don't have to go out of frame on you guys. Now I've decided I'm going to use the pink for the jacket, and the crystal beads will probably camouflage in it, but it'll look so pretty. And I'm going to use the white for the bottom. So it's going to be dark and light. And as you can see, most of my other ones were all light and dark. I might even do that too. The only thing is with the white, I didn't find this nice ribbon stuff. I didn't find that in pink. So that's why I just stuck with the white. But white on white might not look so good. But then again, the pink beads will show up really nicely on the white. As for the tooling, the tooling will look nice on either color. Whether you use white or pink, it doesn't matter. You know, it'll still show up really pretty. So on the white or the pink. Actually, the pink is prettier. Maybe I'll use, yeah. What should I do? Okay, well, I'm going to go eat breakfast and decipher on how I'm going to do this. This is, the pink one is a little bit, like they came with different kinds of designs on the face cloth. You can see this one's a textured one and this one's just terry cloth like. So, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of like the white. I kind of like... Oh, my breakfast he's showing you. Thank you. I kind of like the light with the dark bottom. So that's probably what I'm going to go with. Even though my ribbon will be camouflaged in there, I still think it would add a finished touch and still be really pretty with the colors on it. Okay, I'll be back. Then I'm going to show you how to cut these and get gluing, get started. Okay guys, I'm back. What a delicious breakfast. Bacon and eggs and toast. Now, oh my coffee, Jeff, can you pass it to me, honey, please? Alright, now, for this, oh, and pass me Patsy's set that she made. I want to show you my sister's set that she made. Now, she did not want to cut the corners and she regrets it now, but she didn't cut it. And this is the way hers turned out. A little bit squared. But hers are really cute too. And this is the girl one. But she did not trim off her corners and she left her face cloth full size. I'll show you what I did differently. But I mean, hers are still really cute and they go with her bathroom themes colors. The browns and the greens. So that's my sister's set. So that's, you just want to keep in mind if you want to trim your corners off like I did to make them look like little shoulders, then so be it. Now, if this is the skirt part, this is the color I'm choosing, so make sure you cut your tag off. Let's start with that. Okay. Alright. Now, you want to line this up with, okay, on these face cloths, they got some pretty fat ends. These ones are a little skinnier on this side. These are the wider ones. So you want to fold it in half this way so that the wide part is the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to cut this face cloth right in half. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut it in half like this. Okay, try to get it in half evenly. It's not going to matter if your lines are straight or crooked or anything, because this is all getting glued. Okay, so you've cut those in half this way. So this is going to be the bottoms, and it's going to be her skirt. So you have two pieces of face cloth. All right? So let's start with him. So turn your face cloth upside down so it is the wrong side facing you. Now you want to kind of find the medium. So all I'm going to do is fold, or in the middle, not the medium, fold the face cloth in half and put my needle where the middle is. Let me grab my needle where the middle is. Okay. Like so. So just put it in there, or any kind of whatever you got. Let me come up a wee bit closer. Oh geez, my phone. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so I just put my needle there. So I'm just going to open this up so I can, well, I sure didn't put that in very straight. Anyway, alright, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. Now, you're going to take, let me bring this a wee bit closer. Oops, my camera not. Alright, I need room. So you're going to take, here's your center, you're going to take one end and you're going to fold it to your center like this. Okay? And make sure it's nice and straight. And you're going to do that on the other side. You're going to fold it till it's nice and straight and even. Okay, so I'm going to line it up here and here. Okay, and make sure you flatten it out at the top and make sure it's all even all the way across on both sides. So it's nice and even Steven like this. Alright, and then you're going to start with gluing. So you're going to glue down here first. And then you're just going to press it in there. Keep it in place. Okay, and then you're going to glue here. Like that. Alright, now that you've got this glued down, you can take your pin out so you get jabbed with it. Now, in here, I like to turn it around and just work with whatever way is comfortable for you. So as you can see, it's all open here, so you're just going to seal it up with some glue. Don't be afraid to use glue. Okay, and join it. Now, see how you got glue sticking? I got glue sticking out of my piece. I'm just going to leave that to dry, and then I'm going to cut it off. Now, you want to glue all inside here so there's, you know, no way for it to come apart. Glue stick already. And I'm gluing down the middle. Don't want to glue that down yet. Okay. Push it flat. And stick some glue on the other side, down the middle. And don't want to get glue on there. Try to be really neat with your glue in the middle here, because we're not going to do anything with this, and you'll see this seam part. Okay, so this glue here, I'm just going to pull it off. Alright, so hopefully we got him good and glued down. These are his pants. Super easy to make. Make sure the seal is super, super close and tight. You don't have any gaps. And pull any glue off. Now you can see where I touched the glue here. I just take the very tip of my glue gun, which I'm not going to do right this minute. I'm going to wipe it off first. Inside the pants, of course. And I'm just going to take the hot part of the glue and I'm just going to melt this in here. Because I don't want it to look white. I want it to stay clear. So I'll just melt it with the glue gun. Because I touched it with my fingers. I did it again. See how it turns white when you touch it with your fingers? So just heat it up and just let it dry, Ruby. Don't touch it. And it should dry nice and clear. Make sure you use clear glue sticks. Alright, so now you're going to take a piece of your tooling, and if the width of your tooling is, well, it's barely long enough here. So I'm going to go this way. I want to just overextend it because I'm going to wrap it around to the back. So I'm going to cut a piece off that I could just use for my next pants, or I could use it for the sleeves. Okay. Now you're just going to cut, I don't know, a piece off. All right. Get that out of my way. And now you're going to ever so slightly, so slightly, I don't want that much wrapped around, you're going to add glue, but don't add a whole gob of glue. Just go along very lightly and do a little bit at a time and try not to touch it. Okay, put your tooling on like that. And I use my glue gun to push it down. I ain't sticking my fingers on that because it is hot. Okay, so I'm just using my glue gun, the end of my glue gun. Keep the glue hot and push the tooling down. Now continue on. Trying to keep it nice and straight. Okay. And if you use your glue gun, tip of your glue gun, it keeps the glue hot. So like if it happened to have dried on you while you were getting ready to put it down, and oops. Okay, and now you're just going to do a little wee bit here and bring it to the back. Fold it over, press it with the glue gun. Okay, so it's nice and snug there. And you're going to do the same on this side. Hello, Miku. And then bring that over and use your glue gun to smear so it's good and secured. Alright, now you're just going to trim your excess tooling off. Like so. Don't cut your face cloth. Oops. Okay. And now you're going to pick it up and you're just going to cut along the bottom. But then you're going to have to even this up, because it's not going to be nice and straight. But it will be. Okay. So I just take my scissors now and I just even this all out. I want it nice and flush with the end of the face cloth. So I'm just doing it this way. Bring it here. I'm trying to just cut every piece off so it's not extending past the bottom of the face cloth here. So I'm just trimming it nice and neatly. You don't have to use tooling if you don't want to, but I just think it just adds so much pizzazz to these. Okay, so his pants are done. So let me clean up my garbage. There, the tooling is on. Something sticking out here. There we go. So he's done. His bottoms are done. That's all you're going to do to the boy. You don't want to do a whole bunch of stuff to the boy. Now, you're going to use the entire face cloth for the top part. So you're not cutting your face cloth other than cutting off. So you're going to take the wider ends and put them on this part. You're going to fold it this way, your face cloth this way, so the wider parts are on this outer edge, because this will be where our middle will be. But first, you're going to cut these wide parts off with your scissors. So I'm just lining these up, and then I'm going to cut them off. It's too much bulk, and it helps make this a wee bit smaller. And then you can trim them up after if they're not even. You'll see. Okay, so I cut this wide part off. So now we have our center. Hopefully. We have to find our center. Looks a little bit wide there. Okay, now before we even glue this down, we need to glue the very middle inside of this face cloth, because this here piece, let me zoom out a bit. This here piece, you can see it's a little crooked here, but we'll fix that. It's not a big deal. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your face cloth and you're going to start gluing. Just blobbing the glue in here. Very important that you put glue inside. Glue stick. Ew, that's hot. Okay, I think that's glued enough. Now you're going to fold it properly and carefully, that these still line up before it hardens. There we go. Okay, so make sure that this is glued in here, especially in here, because when you put your hook on back here, you don't want these two pulling apart. Okay, so now you can glue down the whole entire edge. Like so. So gluing this part. Okay, so you glue down the whole entire edge. Now you're going to fold this in half and find your center again. And we're going to use the needle so we can see where our center is. Not sure if it's going to go through the glue. There we go. So there's our center. Now you're going to take this end and fold it this way to your center. And you can see I'm a little crooked here, so let me straighten this up a bit. There we go. So pull it nice and stretched. Fold it in half like this to your needle. Make sure it's nice and flat in here. See, in the corner, push it so it stays flat there. Okay, and then you want to, actually, is that going to be still the same? Yep, okay. So you're going to fold it here. Again, fold it here like so. So this is the shirt, the jacket. Okay. Now don't glue it down yet, just yet. Because you need to fit his pants in here first. You just want to get your folds done. Okay, so now you're ready for his pants, which will be a wee bit bigger than this space, but you just put them here, and you're going to glue it that way. Line these up here. So I'm only gluing it, as you can see, I'm putting it about that much. I'm going to be gluing about that much in, okay? Now, you want this to be still with your centers, so you're going to kind of buckle his pants a bit, which is just fine, like that. Kind of look like a pocket there. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing over here. You're going to kind of make a little pleat, so you can bring this over here and make it look like a little pocket. Okay, and now they're ready for gluing. Alright, so you want to make sure everything is all even Steven. As you can see, I made these little pleats that kind of look like little pockets. So now I'm going to open this up on one side, and I'm going to use my glue thing just to hold down this side so it does not move on me. And then I'm going to glue. Okay, so I want to glue this little pleat. I'm just going to double check I didn't screw it up. It's a little fidgety. Okay, let's see this now. Alright, perfect. Okay, so I'm holding my pleat. I'm going to put a bit of glue in there, and now I'm going to glue this down. So gluing this down carefully. Folding this back over, top like this to the middle. And then we should be good with that side. Alright. Oops. See? Now you're going to do the same thing over here. Open it up. Take your pleat in your hand if you have to. Well, let me see where that's supposed to be, right there. Now I'm going to put a bit of glue in the pleat, and now I'm going to glue it down. And I'm not cheap with glue. as you can clearly see. Okay, glue this down, careful. And now fold this over and glue it to meet. There we go. Now, I want to check this, make sure it's even. Get this glue off me. There we go. Now, like I said, you're going to need scissors to trim off any kind of fraying, but that fraying will stop once we get everything glued down. Those are cute. Okay, now, so this part's done. The hardest part is the gluing process. So now you're going to go back with your glue gun and glue up any openings that you see that you didn't get with the glue gun. So I'm going to glue this shut very carefully. And I pretty much got all the gluing done in here. So I don't want anything coming apart. Okay. Now, flip it over, take the pin out, or your needle. Okay. Glue on me. Okay, and I'm going to trim off this, what I just snagged. And I'm just checking in the back to make sure it's all glued down in the back. You can see there's a bit of that open, which is not a huge deal at the back like that. Okay. Now I think his pants are completely done. Now it's time to work on the top, upper part. Now, always try to make sure you get all your creases out. Okay. Now, all I'm going to do is take my glue gun and I'm going to glue along just that edge. Just to glue this down. Just so it stays folded. Nice and straight. Before I put the seal in. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Bring it to here. Okay, now you can trim this off if you want, but you aren't going to see it because you're going to have your piece going down. But one thing's for sure is you want to glue this top part together up here all the way through. Glue it shut. Okay. Glue your ends completely shut. And do the same on this side. Glue it shut. You can actually shove glue way inside there too if you wanted to. Not necessary, but you can. Okay. Glue it shut. Okay. Now you want to fold the top part down, leaving about a ½ an inch on each side of this fold. So what you're going to do is you're going to glue here on your fold, glue here, glue here, glue here, and put another glue stick in. And glue it completely down. See? Nice and easy, like that. and press. Okay. Now you're going to do the same thing on this side, trying to keep your opening here kind of even. So glue that down. Okay, before I press it, make sure it's nice and straight and even. Alright, so it looks good. Oh, shoot. Didn't want to get glue there. Okay, so now we're ready to glue all of this inside completely down. Okay, so make sure everything's all nice and flat. So get ready to throw glue inside. It's important you get glue inside because it keeps this nice and stiff. Push it down. Okay. You even want to glue the edge of the collar part, so we'll put glue in there. And seal it. Okay. And now you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to shove some glue everywhere. I like to stay on this piece here just because I know not to go too far on this part here. Okay. And then just push this down nicely in there. Straight and even, Steven. And there you go. Now, you're going to go ahead and glue in your collar here. Out of glue again. Making sure it stays closed. Now, this is where you're going to trim off some of your threads. You're going to make sure your collar is glued down on this side here as well. And if you kind of overlap some glue on it, that's a good idea. See what I mean? It kind of, it's like a binding for, so it doesn't fray. See? I wouldn't touch it just yet with your fingers, but you are going to touch it. And you're just going to smooth it along so it doesn't, your piece doesn't fray like that. Okay, just trim it off. And then push this all down here too. Just make sure your ends get stuck in there, and then that way it doesn't ever fray on you. And I see this keeps opening, so I'll just shove some more glue in there. Like that. Okay, now we're not going to leave this square like my sister did. I don't like that. So you're going to fold it in half if you can. Well, this needs a little more glue in here. This shouldn't be coming apart. You want to avoid any kind of, see any kind of openings like this? Seal them. Okay, like that. All right. Now I'm going to cut, I'm just going to judge it, okay? I'm not going to use any kind of measurement because it's near impossible. I'm just going to go across and cut that off. Okay, now you're going to fold it in the center, and you're going to cut the same amount off on the other side, like this. So it's kind of even like that. See? Nice and even, sort of. Probably could straighten this one out a wee bit more. It's kind of on a bump there. There we go. Now you're going to take your glue gun where you just cut all these seams, and you're going to fill this with glue along the edges. And you're going to seal it all off. Close it. Wait till that glue cools down a wee bit before you rub your fingers all over that. See how gooey it is? And this here is going to seal it. Hot. Okay, seal it up. There you go. Flatten it down. There you go. Now it's all sealed. Okay, so now that shouldn't fray or come apart on you. Now, I'm going to trim off your threads that you... I'm just trimming off threads that... and some uneven parts of glue. Just to make it nice, smooth. Straight edge. There. Now, I'm going to do that. And I always use these to clean my glue gun off because I make a mess of it. Okay, and then I'm going to actually have a new glue gun coming because this one's junk. Compliment to my husband. Okay, gluing. Don't stick your hand over that yet because that's super, unless you have a low temp glue gun, and even those still give you a bite. Okay, now, ow, hot. Hi. Alright, now you're just going to pinch it and just flatten it, smooth it all out. It just prevents it from fraying too. And if you use clear glue, you shouldn't be able to see your glue. Again, you're going to go with your scissors and trim off all the unevenness. Make it nice, clean cut. There we go. Hi, buddy. Hello. Okay. You're bad, Miku. No step up. No step up. Alright, so hopefully yours looks like mine. I have a hell of a mess of glue here because it sticks to my fingers. And I just rub it off like this, off my fingers. That's what most people do with hot glue guns. Okay, so now it's ribbon time. I don't know which one I want to use. That'll be pretty too. But I think I'm going to use the wider one to make it look like a button area. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is make sure your ribbon is cut straight across. Alright. Okay, so pull some off here. And you're going to put it roughly in the middle like this. I hope you can still see that. Oh yeah, you can still see that. Okay, now I'm going to just run some glue along here. Whoa, that was a bit much. And this again will help seal I didn't want that much glue in there. It'll hide everything anyway. Okay, now you're going to lay your piece down even with your collar. Get it centered and then just push it on. And that looks pretty good. Like that. I'll give that a little second to dry. Nope, that's not straight. Now it is. Alright. So, give him a second to dry. Trim it off nice and straight at the bottom, which I don't do very well. I always have to flip it over and trim it perfectly straight, like that. Okay. Now, on to the arms. So you have this part done on the guy, which looks pretty spiffy. Okay, so take your other dark pink face cloth, cut your tag off. Now this one's going to be cut a little differently. Now, the wide part of the cloth you want on the outer part of your fold. This one here, we're going to use the wide part as the trim like we did on the pants. Oops. Like here, the thick part of the pants, we want that on the outer part of the sleeve. So if you fold it in half like this way, with the fat parts on the outer, get your face cloth nice and straight, perfectly folded, like so. Alright, wait, what did I do here? I need to cut this in half. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Oopsies. Now, we need to cut this in half. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. So cut it in half because you need the other one for the girl. Alright. Okay. Now, you're going to fold it in half again with the wide seams here, and you're going to cut here. Okay, so this is the wide part. That's the bottom, so cut down here and just cut it in half. Alright, now flip it open. Okay, so now you're going to fold this in three, like so. You can make it as wide as you want, the arms as thick as you want, but I'm just going to keep it like this. And now I'm going to take my glue gun. This is the wide part, because this is his sleeve. And I'm going to shove some glue in there and run out a glue stick, like I always do. Okay, and close it up. Take some of that glue out. Okay. Alright, so this part is done. I'm going to do the same thing over here. This, okay, you need to have them the same way. Okay, so you're going to fold it this way, fold it this way, so they're matching, and then you're going to hold them up to each other and make sure that the width of it is the same as this one. So I'm just checking here, and you can see it's not. So pull it here, stretch it out there like that, and that will be exact same width, like that. Okay, and now you're going to glue this one. Try to keep it straight. Okay, so I'm going to stick the glue in here. And seal it. I always put too much glue. All right. Now, let that one dry a bit. Now you're going to kind of open it up a bit and you're going to shove glue in there. The more glue the better, because it'll become really stiff. Oh, I wish I had a bigger glue gun. Because this one takes forever. Okay, push it in. Yep, the more glue you have, the stiffer the arms will be. And you want these to be as stiff as you can make them. So just go gung-ho with the glue. Okay. Now, hello. Hello. Hey, buddy. See what I mean by lots of glue sticks? But I'm just gluing this with lots of glue. Oh, I hate this glue gun. It just doesn't want to work all the time. Well, you don't really need to worry about the end because, there we go, we'll be cutting some of that off. Okay. Now, just let that harden up a bit. And let's do the same thing here. But I'm going to use my cloth to kind of clean my gun off, and this is a high temp glue gun. It's not low temp, so it burns. I just can't wait for my new glue gun to come. It's a bigger one, which will spill out lots of glue. I'm just filling it, and filling it with whatever glue I can. There we go. Lots of glue. So see, as you can see, this becomes a little more stiffer with more glue that you use. Flimsy there, so I'll fix that. Alright. Yeah, I'm probably going to need a glue stick real soon. Alright. Time to fill up with glue what I can. Yeah, I hate this glue gun. It's giving me problems today. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi. I'm just going glue happy. Alright, now think I need a wee bit more down in there. Oopsies. Just build up the cup. There we go. Okay, now your arms are done, hopefully. So this is just like a preference, whichever way you want to lay your gloves down, or gloves, your sleeves. I like my seam to be bottom like that. Okay, so this is the top of this is the arm part, but these arms are too long. I personally don't like them this long, but hey, if you want them this long, you can leave them that long. Now, you're going to line this up here, and you can see they are way too long. So what I do is I usually measure with the last one I made. This is about from here to here, it's about 3.5 inches. So all I'm going to do is cut it, because I don't want them this long. And then I'm going to take this one and measure it, even Steven. Well, do it this way, it's less bulk. Okay, line them right up and trim. Okay, so now you're going to glue them together. I'm going to put more glue in here. And then you're going to glue them together. Okay, like that. Just like as if you didn't even cut them. Okay. And I'm just going to let this glue sit there, because you're not going to see that, because that here is the man's shirt. It's going to go on top. Okay, so you kind of want to measure. I don't put them right to the top like this. I don't put them even right across. I put overlapping a wee bit, and I'll show you. But this here is wrong side. Okay, so we're going to flip this over. It's going to go this way. You're going to put some more glue down. Grab a glue stick. Okay. Now you're going to find the center here to here. So my center is right about there. So I want it to go right about there. I'm trying to judge before I actually push it down. Hold it up, look at it. And that doesn't look very centered to me. See? So you just want to, I'm just pushing them on, centering them here, making sure that, you know, it's pretty much even on both sides, overhanging from the cloth. If it's not perfect, no one's going to see it. Okay, and then you're just going to drop your glue on here. And seal it. Oopsies. just gluing it down, using lots of glue. Like so. Make sure it stays straight. Okay. Now, because I separated this, I'm just going to run some glue here, and I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, and now make sure you're sealed in here. So take your glue, go along the neckline here, and make sure it's good and glued. Good and tight. Whoa. Like that. No openings. I'm just stiffening up this piece here by filling it in with glue. Okay. A little scissors. A little trimming. Okay. Now I'm going to, whoops, I'm out of glue again. I'm just going to put a little more glue here, stiffen this right up, and then I'm going to smooth it out with my glue gun, the tip of my glue gun. Like this. And then I'm just going to let this dry before I do anything else. Okay. So I'm just going to set this aside, let it dry, and I'll come back. Okay, I let it dry. It's nice and dry in the back. You won't see that glue because that's where the hook's going to hang anyway. So I think this just looks nice as it is, but we got to decorate it up, right? So, this is where we're going. Oh, we got to put our tooling on, which I accidentally threw my tooling out. And I ain't digging in the garbage for it. So I'm just going to cut another piece. I can afford to waste a ½ an inch or so. Alright, so try to get one edge as straight as possible. So I'm just going to fold this and fold it. Because you want one edge completely, you don't want it to look like that. Okay, that's pretty lopsided. So, I'm going to cut it as straight as I can. There we go. Alright, now you're going to cut it in half because you don't need the whole. You need two anyway, so you need one for each sleeve. So you're just going to cut your tooling in half. So that's for that piece. And now you're going to put it on his sleeve like that. So again, I'm going to glue. Little bit of glue. You don't need a lot. Don't go hog wild, Ruby. And then you're just going to glue the tooling down. I'm going to press it down with the tip of my gun, glue gun. Just because this glue is freaking hot and this tooling does not protect you. Okay, put that piece there. Make sure it's nice and straight. Now you're going to glue it on this side. Take your tip of your gun and push it over like that. So it's glued there. Believe me, I get enough burns from this glue gun. And I'm going to glue there. I'm going to take the tip and push it over. Push, push, push. There we go. And I think it's kind of wonky right there, so I'm just going to melt it with the glue gun, so there's no gobs there. Okay, I'm just making it nice and neat. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing, trim it off, and then try to go as close as you can to your face cloth, like that, like that, and like that, like that. Nika's being funny. Alright. I don't want any of it overhanging, so I'm just trimming it right flush with the face cloth. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other one. Take your straight piece edge that you cut, and that's the piece you're going to glue down. Go easy with the glue. Okay. And now I'm just going to press it on with the glue gun. Alright. Flip it over. Do the same thing here. Use your glue gun to push it on. Unless you want to use your fingers, which I hate doing, because I always get burnt. Okay. I could probably do it this way. Hot. Okay. I'm just going to smooth the glue out so it's not gobbed. There we go. Get the glue off. Trim it. Whoops. Okay. I think that's pretty good. And it sure is. Alright. Now, this part here is where we're going to add the ribbon now, and I'm going to use a thick piece. I'm just going to cut a piece off enough that I can make it, tie it. So I'm just going to cut that. And all I do to make a ribbon is I take it and fold it like this, because I'm suck at making bows, and I just make an overhand knot like this. Okay, pull this down, pull that down. Whoops, not that much. Pull that right out, and pull this tight like that, and then make it smaller. You can make your bow as big as you want. I don't want it too big. Okay, so now that's about the size of my bow. You want your loops to be about the same size. So, alright, so I'm going to try and pinch these together like this, tighten this up a bit, like that, and I'm going to put glue on it really quick, like that, and then we're going to glue it to the top here, like that. Probably got glue coming out. Oopsies, that's too low. It's got to go up. Kind of hide your edge in there. There we go. Make sure it's centered. You can use whatever color ribbon you want. I think I'm just going to stick with the white. Okay, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut the bow short, like so, and it's done. And I'm just going to let that dry for sure. And then you could just fluff up the actual loop. Like that. Make it look like a little bow. There you go. That's my way of making a bow. Now we're going to put some Rivolis on here. And I'm using, these are called Vitrol Light 12 millimeter. They're really pretty. So you're going to need 3 12 millimeter. You can actually use whatever you want, but you want to find the center of where your buttons are going to go. So I always turn it sideways and kind of judge from here to here. So I'm going to kind of judge where the center is. Let me just move these guys. I would say it's probably about right there. Is it right there? Alright, I'm going to do it right there. So you're going to take your glue gun, you're going to drop a nice big gob in the center. And just let it relax. Okay. Then you're going to drop your Rivoli in the middle. Let me see if it's centered. Oops, shoot. It's centered and it's laying nice and straight. And I dropped a Rivoli. Huh, I don't know where it went. I hope so, because I don't have any extras of that color. Where are you, Rivoli? Okay, I'll be right. Alright, we found it on the floor. Alright, so this one is perfect. So now you want to kind of judge, center it between the first one and your bow. So I would say right about there. So I'm making an indent, dropping a blob of glue here. Okay. And putting that on and making sure it stays straight. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to find the center between here and here. And this looks like it's about right there. Indent. Grab my blob of glue. Okay. And put my Rivoli in. And make sure it's straight. Alright, let me have a look. Perfect. Alright, so there's his buttons are on. This one kind of looks like it's not quite high enough, so you can peel it off. I have had to do it. And it does peel off the Rivoli carefully, so now we'll redo the center. Let's have a look. There we go. Nice and straight. Ta-da! There's his buttons. Perfect. If you are not completely satisfied with using glue, you can use E6000 mixed with hot glue. So you could put a dab of hot glue and some E6000 and for sure you'll never lose your Rivolis. Alright, they could even fall off, who knows. I don't know. So I'm just tacking this down because it's not staying. And right there. Oops, just put some glue there. Alright. And that. Alright. Now, what's left to do is put our beads on him. Okay, so we're going to dump some pink and some clear. Right now I don't need this needle. You will need the needle though to put the beads on. So I'm going to dump out some pink and some clear. And now you're just going to randomly place them all over. So put a pink one here. I'm just going to randomly put pink ones. And I'm putting them on his collar as well because it adds some color to the collar. Okay. And you're going to do the same here. Just move them around. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah. Whoopsies. Rolled off. Okay. Now, you want to, whoops, one underneath here. You want to kind of spread them out so that you can put, you have room to put, shit. Stop rolling off. We're going to put some clear ones on too. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to drop a clear one here and there. That side's done. And I'm just going to sit that one there because it just keeps rolling off anyways. Whoops. Oh boy. This is when tweezers will come in handy. One there. There we go. I think we are good on the crystals. Okay, so I'm going to go and glue all of these down now. I'll show you how I do that. And this is very, very time consuming putting the crystals on, but it is the best part of it. Now, whatever way works best for you, that's the way you want to turn your piece to you. So first thing you do is pick up the very first crystal on your needle. And I'm just trying to get all this glue off. I don't know why I got glue on here. It's not coming off with this Band-Aid. There we go. Still got glue on this. Alright. Okay, so pick up your first crystal. Take your glue gun and put a teeny tiny dab of glue. Teeniest, tiniest, smallest piece. Take your bead, push it to the tip of your needle, hold it there, push it down. I'm going to do that all along with each crystal. You're just going to put a tiniest dab of glue on. You're going to get little tiny strings of glue, but you'll get them all off. And this will help you while you're gluing them to arrange them better. See? Pick each one up. You do not need a lot of glue. And just glue down. I'm trying to glue them down so that they're sitting. Okay, that one got hit by glue. Okay, so this one goes here. You can see I'm putting on the tiniest amount of glue. Tiniest amount of glue. And then I just push it down with my finger. Whatever you do, don't bang your work. Push it. Oops. That's a little more glue than I wanted. Push it down. All right. So now you guys get the gist of this. I am going to go do this part off camera because this video doesn't need to be so long. It's already going to be long enough. And I will come back to you when I have all these little crystals glued on. You guys can do the same as we did here. You're going to do over there, and you're just going to ever so slightly turn your piece so it doesn't get all scrambled on you. Okay? And I'll be back when I get all of these glued. And again, once you place them, they're just going to roll all over the place and fall on you. You could just, when you pick them up to glue them, you can put them in a place where you think they look good. I like the randomness of it. I might even put another pink one here, because I don't know if I dropped one there, but there should be one there. And I'll be back. Get yours done. Alright, there, I've got them all glued on, and all I did was took and picked all the little stringies off. I held it up to the light and pulled off any stringies that you may have left behind as you were gluing. I really adore this color, pink and white. So you can see there's lots of crystals on there. So the next video, my second video, is going to be of how to make the girl and how to fold her. So this one here, you learn how to make the his, and then we're going to learn the hers next next video, guys. What do you think? And I'll show you guys how to put the hook on. Alright, so I'll be back, video 2.